All right, we are now recording. 20 seconds left in Champ Select. First ban, blue team. Hayes, still first pick. Gonna ban the Leona from Brian. Right off the bat, they're not too worried, it looks like, about the Annie support pick. They definitely don't want the high CC Leona pick to go their way. Sensor being the first pick and the banner of purple team, banning Riven again. No one wants Koobs to have Riven. Honestly, I would maybe look for the Jax ban on that side, or maybe find a way that they can hard counter that Jax. Blue team wanting nothing to do with Rank Tank's Karma. Definitely afraid of that, but it is going to most likely give Rank Tank the option to go Xerath. Or, if you think about it, now that Rank Tank doesn't have Karma, they could let him go into the jungle, because he's going to have an opening for Kha'Zix, Udyr, Fiddlesticks, all of those, if they're wasting the bans on his mid laners.
Here's the thing, though. If they ban the Jax, which they just did, 2 Sonas, 1 Chalice, he's got a huge champion pool. Like, even in other games that he's played, he can just take the Maokai top. Still tons of CC. Still a lot of damage even if he gets rolling. So it's going to be interesting to see what he picks.
And in a previous game, he did play Darius against Statoram as a rally or whatever, and did a very good job at that. Blue team banning Xerath. I think this is going to definitely force Rank Tank into the jungle now and have Raging Replay go mid lane. Obviously not 100% sure on that, but it's, in my opinion, definitely the more safer bet to make sure that Rank Tank gets a good carry jungle, because purple team just banned Katarina. Thoughts?
It's interesting, though, because Rank Tank could still go mid. However, it might be... Ooh, look at this, though. Hayes to Hayes, taking Udyr, or is he going Kha'Zix? Looks like he's going to change things up and not take Lee Sin in this game.
Don't count purple team out yet, though. They do have a tendency to completely lane swap. It's possible we could see Sensora go top in order to try and shut down 2 Sonas.
I 100% agree with that. I was actually going to mention that. I could totally see them taking Laverne going bot lane and make Sensor go top lane, even with that Annie. Like, get that hyper carry Annie. Hayes hovering over LeBlanc, Nautilus. I don't know if these are actual picks, guys, or if he's just trolling, looking through. But he's gonna lock down Lee Sin. I mean, what was the point of the troll picks? Locks down the Lee Sin.
I was really pulling for that LeBlanc jungle. I don't know about you two.
I mean, I would have loved to see it. I mean, I've only watched Safety First Yo do it, but I mean, still, it's something to watch. I mean, Safety First Yo makes it look, smexy as heck. But Sensor hovering over Urgot. You know, I won't be surprised if he actually locks it in, to be 100% honest, because Laverne actually hovering over the Darius, I think that's the serious pick, but Sensor could just say, you know what, I'm going to go AD carry with Urgot, and I'm going to see how this happens.
And honestly, that wouldn't be too bad of a pick. Like, as far as ADCs go, he's such an odd choice that people don't really know how to play against him. He could come out with an early lead if he can get fed off of blue team's support.
However, if Sensora does go with the ADC pick, here we have
you
it.
guess.
Sensora AD, or no, that's sorry.
No. The
Sensora mid.
Sensora, I'm gonna guess top lane. He's gonna follow the ways of the Hoppy Bunny, take the donger, raise the dongers, go top lane. He can play super passive against 2 Sonas, 1 Chalice, no problem, and he can live through the entire laning phase. No questions asked, because Laverne now taking support Soraka. That's more healing, more passive play. I think they're gearing up for a very good team fight.
And with the updated Soraka, she does now have some CC as well, which kind of changes her gameplay a bit, but it also helps purple team with their team fights.
And Steel Titan hovering over Vayne. It is a similar pick to Draven. If he gets a few kills on that thing, he's going to go hyper carry mode, and he could easily just carry the team regardless of any other outcome.
And
he just locks it in. 2 Sonas, 1 Chalice. I could totally see locking in Gnar. He loves the Gnar. He thinks it's one of the greatest top laners in the game. I agree. It is a lock-in. We're going to see our first Gnar in the BLC tournament.
Rank Tank again hovering over that Gangplank. He might lock it in. I don't know.
I do want to note, he already has his smite on. So it's definitely a for sure thing that he's going jungle, I'm positive. Locks it in and has Ghost Smite on it. And number 1, Nick, going maybe Sivir for the spell shield. I'm not entirely sure. I've never seen number 1 Nick play Sivir. I've only seen him play Tristana and Jinx, so we're going to have to actually see how this works. Did he... He did not lock it in. I could have swore he locked that in.
Him, so they got options still.
Please. I'm just going to beg this question here, guys.
Oh,
he takes Hecarim. I was just going to say God Deer, but he just takes Hecarim. Rank Tank is going to go Hecarim, and he's going to Wrecker him with that Hecarim.
Busting out the one-liners this early. We aren't even on the Rift, and he's got him flying.
Oh, we got to start now, Beardly and Drunken. We got to start now because this game looks like it's going to be, even if it's a large swing one way, you guys, this is going to be a fun game to watch.
Definitely, most definitely. The only thing is Purple Team, now that they don't really have, since Karma got banned, they don't have a speed up to help the Hecarim out. But he took Ghost, so he should be fine with that and his abilities to give him the extra move speed and the extra damage.
It does look like Mudman is hovering over a Rise support at this point. It's going to be interesting because Grisor is going to lock in. Yep, Mudman switching to Nami. I'm pretty sure that's going to be locking. But Grisor picking Brand, and it looks like Raging Replay is going to be the mid laner. It's going to be interesting to see what he picks against this Brand because, yep, Grisor is going to lock that in. Let's see what Raging Replay does to counteract this.
It'll be interesting. I haven't seen him play a ton of mid lane lately, so we'll see. Unless Sensor is indeed going mid lane and Raging Replay is going to take it up top.
Still trying to make his pick. He's got 40 seconds. He's got all the time in the world. Trying to make sure. I mean, things I've seen before is Rise. He's taken Rise mid this tournament. I've seen him play Kayle before. That's definitely a possible pick. Are you guys aware of any mid laners that Raging Replay would play?
Not that I've seen. No.
I mean, Troll pick Teemo. Right, Troll pick Teemo's definitely been there. I guess I wouldn't be surprised, but the Xin Zhao getting selected. What is this?
I'm thinking Sensra is gonna go mid. He might be throwing us for a loop there with that teleport, but unless Raging Replay does lock in Kayle, which he just did, well, we'll have to see. He's probably going mid there with the Kayle, but he could throw us all for a loop.
It's definitely a... I'm going to say that it's definitely a mid Kayle. Heimerdinger has teleport. Definitely wants to take that top lane because it's going to be even more passive against this Gnar. Sensor just making sure that he can do everything he can to make sure Gnar does not get fed. Because that is the key point that they're thinking right now. So we're going to have Rank Tank in the jungle. He's going to run all over the place. You know, he's going to pony it up. He's going to hopefully get his lanes ahead. Kayle having her ult to keep her alive. Bot lane having Soraka with the heals to keep Jinx alive. And Heimerdinger having just the passive nature he has with the teleport. He is not going to be able at all to... the blue team is going to have a really hard time killing them early game.
Especially once they hit level 6. And once Rocket gets that global ult for the heal, I mean, that opens up endless possibilities for an elongated team fight where they can just shut down blue team.
For sure,
and
for sure.
Jinx has her global ultimate as well, and maybe with the practice of last game, she'll have better awareness, and this game we might see some snipes. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I want to see some Jinx snipes just flying across the map and hitting people where they don't expect.
You know, reverting back to last game in terms of that, we did see what did you say, old Beardly? You said the zap.
Snap, that zap.
The zaps, when they count, for sure. Getting 2 kills on the zaps alone. He did miss quite a few Jinx ults, but he did have a few Jinx ults where they counted, much like his W, where he had one in the Baron Pit that went with the Karma Q that really did a lot of damage, that helped them, you know, at least not win the fight, but definitely get ahead in the fight for a short amount of time. So if he can get on par with that, and he can actually, you know, make those executions happen with that ult, definitely could be a game changer for Purple Team.
Yeah, going off that, with their comp from last game, having the Annie support, he would time, Jinx would time his ult so that the stun would hit, and instead of executing, it would just lay down enough damage for the Annie stun with Tibbers to just do ludicrous amounts of damage under their turret, and they would time those ults so perfectly. It was just a shame that Jinx couldn't come out with more kills off of that, because he was hitting those ults. He wasn't hitting the cross-map execute ults as much as he wanted to, but maybe this game we'll see it happen.
Right, and if you have the ability to hit cross-map ult with your AD carry, you know, Ezreal, Jinx, Draven, all of
Even
those.
Ashe.
They're free kills. I mean, sometimes some people have hard times with Ashe ults. I understand, but barely. But no, it's free kills. It's easy kills. It's so easy for you. It's very easy for you to get ahead early if you just get some snipes down.
This game specifically, I'm really excited to see the Hecarim, especially with Purple Team's comp right now. They do have a decent chunk of CC still, and with the global alts and with the Hecarim dunk, or dive, not dunk, I'm getting all kinds of excited to see this pony go round.
We got about 35 seconds until we're into the game here. Let's see. Let's actually, you know what? You just mentioned the Hecarim. Let's talk about the Hecarim here. Definitely going to be a game changer for Purple Team at this point. They're hopefully looking to get early Dragon, I would guess, or I would assume, get some early ganks on bot lane. Last game, Steel Titan and Mudman being very aggressive early game. They can get a very early Ghost E from the Hecarim come in, can just nuke the Vayne and the Nami, both very squishy support champs, without a doubt. And
looks like we're loading in.
Looks like we are indeed.
Top lane also going to need to watch out for that Hecarim, because two Sonas, while he was playing an aggressive game last time, Sensra is a distinctly more defensive and passive top laner who could honestly easily bait two Sonas into overextending and exposing himself to an easy Hecarim kill.
Absolutely.
And if Gnar doesn't have his jump out or any minions to bounce off of, he's gonna get caught in a sticky situation and if his passive is down, it's an easy kill.
Even if his passive is up and he's in rage mode, that's his mobility gone. And Donger's a very ranged champ. He's got his turrets. At this point, Gnar might be able to outpoke him early game, but mid to late game, I foresee Donger just shredding Gnar.
If Rangtank and Sensor, if they work together, if Gnar goes into Mega Gnar form and is overextended, like you said, nice and slow, if he tries to engage with his jump and he gets caught out, if you get the Heimerdinger stun off along with the Hecarim coming in, Gnar's dead. He's not getting away. He has zero mobility at Mega Gnar. He's got some CC down, but ultimately he's not going to get away from you. If he turns back into Mini Gnar, he does have his movement speed buff, but at that point, his health drops so far, Hecarim is still going to catch Mini Gnar as fast as he is, especially early. He's not fast enough, so Hecarim's still going to be able to get the kill, especially early at level 2-ish. Between 2 and 3 is when Gnar usually goes first Mega Gnar. So, right away off the bat, they could get an early gank with the kill. And,
as much as I love Gnar, I don't think he was a good pick for this matchup.
I agree. Probably a classic 2 Sonas 1 Chalice.
He's just hoping.
Yeah, he picked it. He feels like he'll do great with it, which I'm sure he could do very great with it. It could be a Samsung white move. Gets cocky second game in, but we'll see. In time.
Looks like we're loading in right now.
We are on the Rift, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's our timestamp, and let's get this show on the road. Vayne actually taking her, I think that was her W first, actually, when she took that ability. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I think that's the sound animation she makes. Let's find out.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Vayne took Silver Bolts first. Did not take her role. Not going to be able to get out if she gets caught right away on an early invade, but we'll have to wait and see.
If Rangtank takes notice of that and ganks quickly before Vayne can get up to level 3, that would be an easy kill, because without either the roll and or the condemn, Vayne doesn't know what to do.
I am starting to think here. We are seeing Jinx and Kale in the top lane, along with Heimerdinger. Soraka just coming out of the base. It's possible that we're gonna have a lane swap coming right away into this early game. Anyone who knows Sensor here knows that his dream is the lane swap. So they lost the first game. why not? You know, let's give it a shot. Maybe the lane swap will work. We can get some early kills on the Gnar, even. Heimerdinger can play passive against an AD carrying support. They're set up for it. It's going to work. It will work for them. Hecarim pinging blue buff by himself. They're going to have someone make their way down there, unless... it's hard to see where they're going, but Soraka, Jinx hovering towards top lane, but in between, we got some confusion. Maybe they are going to go bot lane, it looks like, and they're not going to go for the lane swap. They're going to lose out on a lot of XP, actually, and farm right off the bat. Not a bold move, I would say. Maybe just they were thinking the invade was going to happen? I'm not sure.
Here's the thing, I feel like they switched back to the standard lanes because last game they got a little bit of gold back because they took that dragon under the nose of the other team, whereas right now if they went the split, switch the lane swap, then they would be giving up that early dragon pressure and they'd be out a lot of gold.
Kale here taking some early harassment from Brand, actually, and it's going to be kind of difficult for Raging Replay to contest with Grisor here. Grisor obviously much more experienced than Raging Replay is, but you know, hopefully he can play passive enough, get his heal up and stuff, and I hope he doesn't die in too much, because that Brand, if he gets too many kills, it's not going to be an exciting sight for purple team, or
He's
for red
currently
side.
staying neck and neck with the CS.
That is true. The numbers are fairly even right now on the CS, except for bot lane, where Vayne has a 9-4 lead. But that could swing very different in just a matter of minutes. Vayne getting some early poke off of them. Gank right here. Mega Gnar has been engaged. And just like we said here, here's Hecarim coming in onto the Mega Gnar right away.
Wow.
He's catching him. He's got the red buff. He's gonna catch up. He's gonna get the Q off. First blood to Hecarim. And Brand getting some damage with the Ignite off onto Kale. Can she live? And Brand killing Kale.
Such a sad sight to see. All our attention was forced top lane there for the first blood. And unfortunately, Kale couldn't come out alive still. She just got bursted down, the Ignite ticked away, and that'll kill you 9 times out of 10. And Lee Sin engaging on Hecarim now, but Heimerdinger right there. But here comes Mini Gnar, and he definitely could win this fight. But Lee Sin, greedy if he was the first game, he might engage, but he's going to back off, and Hecarim's going to go safely into the jungle. He's going to do his first back of the game to get some items. Bot lane doing pretty well. Mid lane hopefully can recover from the first death. But Vayne getting the condemn right into the Soraka, right into the wall, and gets her first kill on Soraka. Very similar start to last game. Blue team being ahead, 2-1 right now. I feel like they're gonna play passively for a bit, but this Vayne, give her an early kill and a 10 CS lead like she has already. It's gonna be another interesting game for the bot lane.
Top lane going to be a little more well off. That Hecarim gank, like I said earlier, really putting the pressure on the Gnar. I feel like two Sonas may have to start playing more passively than he wants to, which could put him in a negative mindset, which can do more harm than any amount of kills.
Well, I mean, his first back, he bought a Null Magic Mantle just because he doesn't want to get bursted down early level before his CC, his main CC at level 6 comes. So, playing passively already, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And once again, we do have the bot lane of the blue side being very aggressive again. I mean, which and right they should be. They clearly showing their dominance already with the early Vayne kill. Opening themselves up for a Hecarim gank. The bot side river is not warded, so they would not be able to see a pony coming in at full speed for that gank. Lee Sin over by the golems to protect them, so if any gank were there, he'd be able to stop it. Hecarim, however, looks like he's going back top side to go through his jungle to start clearing camps. Maybe get another gank off on this Gnar.
I'm hoping to see Hecarim come mid and get a gank on the Brand, because Kale is currently behind and could really use the help. And honestly, even if Hecarim gets the kill off of the Brand or can give Kale the kill, I think that will really help set up Raging Replay, who's not a standard mid player, and put him in a better position against Grisor there.
Indeed, but we always gotta watch out for that Lee Sin counter gank, because he's a camp ahead right now compared to Hecarim, and he's gonna be a little bit stronger, with the items that he's got going right now.
Bran getting some more easy poke off of Kale. Already has his ult and he's ready to go. Kale's still level 5, doesn't have her ult quite yet, but when she does, it hopefully will save her life from the Bran burn damage. Bran doesn't have Ignite up again from the first encounter, but it is pretty close, about 20 seconds away it looks like, before he can engage again. Now that he has his ult, definitely going to be able to do a lot of damage, and Mudman getting the long range bubble off on the Jinx, making them back up and still forcing them to farm under the tower, making the farm lead 42 to 24 in favor of Vayne at this point. Bran has a 45 to 26 favor against Kale. Lee Sin, Hecarim almost tied 27-26, and the Heimerdinger Gnar tied at 42-42 actually.
That's their featured matchup right now because they are just duking it out, trading really well and keeping even in farm. I'm excited to see what happens when they get into fighting mode and really want to break out the fisticuffs and go ham.
The fisticuffs and go ham.
I really think Blue Team, after their win from last game, is underestimating Red Team right now, or Purple Team. And I really think that they are overplaying themselves, for sure.
Bran being very aggressive on Kale has her pushed back underneath her tower. Has a 54-27 farm lead now at this point. Already has his Chalice, so he can just poke. He's going to be able to poke at her significantly more, while Kale actually went Boots as her first item when she backed. We did see before Heimerdinger getting a lot of harassment off on this Snards, which is exactly what he needs to do. What needs to be done. Kale shooting the Condemn but missing it, and Soraka getting the silence off on Vayne, not allowing her to roll or anything, and she just kind of had to sit in her tracks while they ran away nice and safe. More back and forth up in the top lane as Heimerdinger and Gnar 59-59 still tied at 8:47, and I think that they're going to be tied for the most of the early game laning phase.
I believe that's right, and they're getting some good trades in, but Steel Titan is just wanting that blood. He wants Jinx immediately, and it looks, oh wow, Griftsor going ham in the mid lane, getting a kill on Kale again, double farm. It's a rough lane for that Kale right now. She is 0-2. It doesn't look like she's going to come back without some help from Rank Tank in the mid lane.
Yep, Rank Tank's sitting under the tower, making sure the lane doesn't get, or the tower doesn't get early damage. The Rock actually being chunked quite a bit, and another Mudman long-range bubble. Just, I tell you what, Tim Fogstead just flexing his muscles as the support here. Just, you know, he's just
hitting every bubble.
Every bubble, he's just getting the long-range bubbles too. It's not that he's, you know, hitting the easy ones. He is just sniping people out with these bubbles in these past 2 games, just showing that he can keep up with the best of them.
Speaking of sniping, #1 Nick there, landing significantly more zaps this game than he did previously.
Which definitely helps, and hopefully he'll keep that up once Vayne gets her ultimate and the invisibility from that, because if he can land a key zap while Vayne is rolling while invisible, that'll just halt her mobility and keep her right under his eye, and he'll be able to lay down some chompers and burst him down if that happens.
Real quick, it looks like Hecarim's setting up for an in-game gank. Gnar blowing his jump to get on the turrets while Heimerdinger backs. In lane, I said in-game. Hecarim not seed actually. He's level 7, he has his ult. If they get a pickup on him, it looks like they're gonna engage, and Hecarim comes in, vaporizes. Oh, he vaporizes them, and he's gonna get the kill on Nami. It looks like if Jinx can get him, but Lee Sin actually in the lane, he's gonna engage on the Jinx, but he's also gonna back off at the same time. Hecarim still in the fight by himself, gets the kill on Vayne, but the Lee Sin is gonna get the kill on Hecarim. But Laverne, what are you doing? You're coming back in with Soraka alone on the Lee Sin. Lee Sin's gonna get the Q off with the silence. He can't engage on it, but he's gonna come in with the flash with the red buff burn. But he's gonna flash in to get the kill, and maybe minions OP. We're gonna see the caster minions not being able to quite reach. Maybe these can turn around. He's gonna get out with his life, but Jinx ult is being shot right now. Here it comes. If Lee Sin, it looks like it might become close, and it's good. It's Nami. Gosh, you guys, he hit it! He got one! He got the Nami!
It's like shooting fish in a barrel right now on this bot lane. I love it. I call it the loading screen. If this Jinx can land her ults, she's gonna catch back up in lane. She's 1-0-1. Definitely a few CS behind, but if she keeps hitting these ults at opportune times, she will win.
Real quick here, I just want to point out, I was going to say before in the previous fight that it wasn't very worth because, you know, the death of Hecarim and Soraka, but along with that Jinx ult, that definitely gives a huge advantage to red side. They are keeping themselves in this game. If you go up real quick to top lane, Heimerdinger has 2 Arm Seeker guards. You know, you can't really double Zonia's, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what he's trying to do with that, but we'll have to see. Hecarim chasing down the Brand. Meganar coming in with the... Oh, just gets his... But Kale gets the ult off, but he's not going to be able to live. Kale and Heimerdinger... Oh, Heimerdinger missing the ult. Just getting the stun off as it is, but it looks like they're going to get out with the kill on Hecarim. Nice and safe. Jinx landing the W, and just the blue team still on bot lane being as aggressive as they've always been. Gnar throwing the boomerang out and getting the kill on the tower.
Oh, bot lane.
Condemn going out on the Soraka and the bubble going out. He is locked down for days. Easy kill for Vayne with the ult, giving her a 2-1-1.
Synergy. Are they secretly double lifting Aphromoo? I'm wondering right now because they're hitting all their combos.
I mean, I wouldn't go against the idea. It's definitely
check
possible.
Those accounts, see if they're not actually the real double lift Aphromoo.
Brand just trying to get this blue buff. There's the burn damage there. Just finally gets it. Real quick, let's do a farm check. We got a passage in time here. Actually, Heimerdinger, they are doing a lane swap. Heimerdinger's going bot with Jinx and Soraka going. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. But ooh, Heimerdinger gets some free poke off of the Nami. She is taking power and not quite able to get the damage.
Able to get that kill, but it was just not enough damage coming out.
For sure, Hecarim pinging that he is on his way in the bot lane. They will insta-vape this Nami if he can get into the bush. However, the bush is warded, so they're going to have to go in and out very quickly to make this possible.
If I were Mudman in this situation, I would probably just back, because Vayne can kind of handle her own as long as she doesn't get ganked. But in this scenario, if you feed Heimerdinger a kill with the fish, like he'll just keep coming back for more and making it very worth for this lane swap.
And it does look like Nami and Vayne are trying to back, but Heimerdinger may be getting a lot of harass on them. Meanwhile, the AD carry Soraka, the AD carry and the support switch looks like to be working in the favor of the red team, getting a lot of poke down on Mininar at this point. And Hecarim coming in from behind on the Brand, getting that kickoff, but Brand able to flash over the wall. Hecarim, he is bloodthirsty. Ult's over the wall, coming in. Kale has her ultimate. Can she save him? She does get it off! Get the Q off, and he gets the kill on the Brand.
That was some beautiful synergy right there, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Kale doing exactly what she needed to do and getting the ult off on him. Heimerdinger getting the rockets and the ult tower off with the heal coming in from Vayne. He has to back
a massive
ult.
Damage, though.
Too much damage. Nami just... Oh, there's another classic Mudman bubble. Getting it work, and Nick and Laverne getting the harass and the push onto the top lane tower. We have Lee Sin and Vayne sticking around in the lane, but Sensor not really worried right now. He's just kind of chilling there behind his towers, not really worried. Looks like Lee Sin being thirsty is going to try to engage on this, but he's not able to. Hecarim very close by, does not have Ghost or his ult, but he still has his E to get in the movement speed. They could easily kill this Vayne.
If he's so thirsty, why is he throwing his Mojitos everywhere? Like, wouldn't you think he'd keep them? That's my assumption.
I mean, I guess I didn't think of that. Beardly. That's a very good point.
Beardly, you have to remember, alcohol is technically a dehydrating drink, and if he is that thirsty, it will actually be in his favor to get rid of his alcohol in favor of water.
You are very right, Drunken Bunny. For someone with the name of Drunken Bunny, I think we got to take this into account for him. I think he's right.
He's an expert. He knows that you can't drink so much without a little bit of water, otherwise your body will... Oh, but scratch that. Let's go top lane. And actually, they backed off. The Mega Gnar coming out and not... Wow, Sensor actually doing tons of damage bot lane.
Heimerdinger having an opening and getting shut down with another Mudman bubble. I mean, I tell you what, Brand coming actually behind Heimerdinger at this point, he's going to get the Ignite, misses the Q, but doesn't matter because Vayne damage on that ult. He's going to 1, 2, 3, Heimerdinger dead. Looks like Gnar actually kind of going back and forth with Hecarim chilling out in his red jungle. Going to push the mid lane because the mid lane tower is actually already gone. They already took the first tier tower. Real quick, we got a lull in play. Actually, Blue team is taking Dragon as of right now, uncontested. And Hecarim, not much he can do. No, they took it under their nose this time. They're pinging. They know Hecarim is there. I'd get out Hecarim. This is probably not a fight you're going to want to try to fight. But, oh, the play from Lee Sin. But the ult from Hecarim, he's going to E, but he's getting slowed from the buff. And the kill is going to go to Brand, giving him double buff and making him 4, 1, and 1. Soraka taking tower damage as they take push hard at the top, but Mininar is coming up. Heimerdinger got 2 wards in there with the stun and the rockets onto Lee Sin. Can he get out? Can he make it? But it doesn't look like Heimer's going to be able to get the full engage. He's still chasing him, it looks like, down there, but Meganar engaging on Jinx and Soraka with the double and all the CC into the wall, just kills her like she's nothing. Blue team.
The other skin, it's just a rock in this skin. Just the basic.
Blue team. You're thinking of Dino Gnar. Yep.
Building to the face.
It's understandable, but Blue team just now 10-4 with the tower lead there, just showing that it doesn't matter how they did last game, but they're showing that, you know what, we messed up first game and we're here to win and we're here to make this nice and quick.
That Brand burn damage shredding Heimer and Hale both under tower, forcing them to back.
Hecarim ready to 1v2. I think looks like he's just eyeing it out. He doesn't have a Heimerdinger there ready to help him out, but he'll clear the wave, maybe set up for a game. But this Brand is just going off. We do have 135 farm from Brand to a 70 farm Kale. 84-76 Hecarim, Lee Sin winning. A little bit there, but the Heimerdinger switch to bot lane makes him 115 to Gnar's 144. Does get behind, but definitely due to the lane swap, still able to keep up pretty well. Now the Vayne farm to the Jinx farm, 128 to 90. Obviously the Vayne crushing the Jinx farm, but it's significantly better than what the previous game was. Jinx being significantly farther down in farm than to Draven in the last game.
And with Jinx having
Gnar going ham on the Jinx,
and maybe even another kill if she can pull it out here. Looks like she can't, but she is doing a lot better than last game. I'd say most improved player between 2 games here is that Jinx.
For sure, for sure. Vayne looking to engage on Heimerdinger. Does get the condemn into the wall. She's going to throw the ult, but Heimerdinger throwing out the tower and the rockets. Then the Hecarim comes in with the ult, and the Rain Tank saves the day. Lee Sin and Meganar making the plays to the top lane with the Brand, getting the kill on the Jinx, and Hecarim just thirsty for this Nami. He wants the fish. He's trying to get in there. As soon as his E is up, but the bubble's down now, but once Hecarim gets the E, he can definitely engage on the Nami. Heimerdinger coming in from the back. Brand and Mininar and Lee Sin getting the kill on the Soraka, leaving only kill up top lane, getting the tower.
Trade a kill for a bot lane tower here, and we'll see how that works out.
Red team picking up their first tower of the game on the bot lane. Blue team's looking to still push the second tier tower. Jinx is coming in with Kale at this point with Heimerdinger just back. Looks like he's going to hopefully go top lane to save this tower. If they definitely show up, they can save the tower, no doubt in my mind.
Jinx ult is just about, she's got probably 10-15 seconds left on that cooldown. We'll see if she can get a combo in and snipe some more people before they can back off.
Looks like Blue team is going to back off of the second tier tower. They're going to back and regroup. Lee Sin farming in the Hecarim's jungle. If Hecarim, he pings it, he knows he's there. He's coming around with the E. Kale's coming in with the slow and a Heimerdinger. Kale gets the slow, gets the stun, and they just wombo combo down Lee Sin. Lee Sin just, trying to counter jungle at 20 minutes with actually very little vision in the jungle. Wasn't able to see most of them coming in to get him.
DeHaze just not playing the map right and getting caught out and punished for it. And now Red team can just force down the first mid turret without really any pressure from Blue team to stop them.
Yeah, that goes uncontested, no problem. Brand just in a 1v4 scenario now. He can't do much. Mininar on the side. We do have Vayne and Nami split pushing in the bot lane, and it looks like Heimerdinger's going to back for that. Meanwhile, Hecarim E'ing away, trying to go somewhere. It looks like they're going to try to do a double gank on this bot lane, while Kale, Soraka, and Jinx are going to hopefully hold off the mid lane. Meganar coming in, ready to do some damage on them. But Hecarim shows up, but Vayne and Nami back off with Heimerdinger coming in closely. Some pings up in the top lane. Looks like Soraka's going to start backing. And looks like they're just going to start playing defensively until they can make something else happen.
We do have Dragon on respawn in about 1:15. And at this point, neither team is really set up to take said Dragon. Neither of them have wards in the area. And honestly, I would be inclined to think Blue would be able to take it just off of sheer tenacity, but I wouldn't put it past Red Team to pull something out of there.
And here comes the Hecarim full speed into the frickin' Brand, and the Heimerdinger just gets the stun with the Kale ult, and the Brand is gonna go down. Now that's all left is Meganar, and the Jinx ult comes in, and they kill them. That's a 2 for none. Another punishment. Lee Sin, why are you standing in that bush? Is he going to try to steal the red buff? Heimerdinger knows he's there. He's going to come around the side. Hecarim knows he's there. He's going to get the Q. Maybe get the E off, but he's going to take too much damage. Lee Sin steals the red buff. Now it's a 3v1. It is a 3v1. Jinx along the side. Lee Sin gets another kill. They're missing the rockets, you guys. You got to play this a little bit better. Jinx, very low. She's going to die to Vayne. Vayne coming in with the ult to save the Lee Sin's life. The Nami ult killing Soraka, killing the Heimerdinger. Mudman getting the double kill actually right now. He is 2-1-6 at this point as Nami. He is making the plays happen where they count.
With that, Dragon is up in 5, and it looks like Blue Team is gonna either push mid tower and take Dragon or go straight for the drag.
And I do think that the Red Team at that point, they did have the right idea. They are very good right now at capitalizing on Blue Team not getting their, or not having the vision down, and they're definitely catching them out in the right places. They just need to make sure they execute it more properly. Hecarim clearing out the mid lane wave to save the second tier mid tower from being taken.
The Dragon.
Getting his team over there to help him out before Red Team can actually engage on that.
And Red Team's not going to be able to do anything really to contest this. Mininar is pushing the top lane at this point. The Dragon does go to Blue Team, and they might be able to actually catch out Hecarim, trying to steal the blue buff, but it isn't there for them to take. He is. Hecarim actually engaging currently on the Blue Team. It looks like up in the jungle, but Heimerdinger trying to run away from a 1v2 with this, and it looks like only Heimerdinger is going to die, and the rest of the team is going to back off, knowing that they can't fight the fight.
Heimer did an alright play to kind of make up for him getting caught out. Just didn't have the damage with his ulted turret to really stop the 2v1 situation.
The pony coming in to kick him, and Meganar taunting him, just ready to fight, but turning into Mininar now, able to kite Hecarim, but Hecarim's going to ult back in, misses the ult actually. Jinx missing the W with the Soraka heal coming in. He still wants it. The Jinx landing the ultimate, but Hecarim just can't quite get the kill on the Gnar, taking the red buff burn, but just not enough there.
Two Sonas, one
Sorry, not the red buff.
Just always having that Hex Drinker up to save his butt. Like he's last game and this game, just constantly getting away with slivers of health.
He does have a Thornmail in this game as well, actually, to stop that Hecarim, I guess, from those autos. Was definitely just enough to keep him alive throughout that fight. But we do have Heimerdinger and Soraka holding down the second tier bot tower from Nami and Vayne. And we do have Kale Jinx going mid lane at this point, and Mininar going back to the top lane to split push.
Well, it's worked out for him so far, and since he didn't die in that last fight, he's just gonna go right back and keep pressing until his team can come and help him out. Maybe they'll get an early Baron too, because they just have that much map pressure right now. I mean, the kills 19-8. There's not really a whole lot that Red Team can do, but maybe catching out Driftstor right now will do the trick.
Heimerdinger does land the stun, but they have Lee Sin and Vayne right on the backside ready to do another engage. Lee Sin going ham right now, but the Kale ult is there. He does ult Heimerdinger into the tower. The four of them flash out, and they get out with their lives.
It's going to be tough to hold this turret, though, when they're all under half health, and Blue Team can push and has Driftstor going very fast, engaging with a flash and trying to get some solid damage down, but doesn't quite come up with the kill.
However, the Soraka is still sticking around, and so is the Jinx, but the burst damage on the Brand is just too much for them to handle, giving Brand a 6-2-3 kill here. Kale trying to push them back, seeing what she can do. She has great wave clear. She's able to keep the minions down, so they can't quite take the tower yet. Mininar, meanwhile, taking the top second tier tower. Hecarim coming in. Looks like he might want to engage on this with the Kale on his back, but Brand is right around the corner, ready to go ham. The Kale ult will save the Hecarim's life, but he gets the stun and the W on Kale, forcing her to back off. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to engage this.
Gentlemen, I just want to point out right now that Blue Team has a nearly 12k gold lead right now. And they are currently up 3 towers, having taken every, both dragons at this point. I'm having a hard time seeing Red Team recover from this. They're just not going to be able to build the items needed to really go toe to toe with this Blue Team.
Yep, and it looks like Hybridinger's going to get caught out again. He gets another death by Griffsaur, as Brand here going 7-2-3 now. It definitely not as an outstanding performance as the previous game. However, it's definitely a lot closer than what a lot of people were thinking it was going to be.
That's for sure. Purple Team has really been giving a good show of effort and really holding their own in the considering circumstances.
Right now, though, all their eggs are in Hecarim's basket, so to speak. And Rank Tank, while he's been doing a lot, and he's trying to get another key gank here on Steel Titan. Getting a lot of damage. All coming through.
Oh,
I don't know.
He's rolling through Hecarim. He's trying to get away. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get out, though. There's just too much damage coming in, but he is actually getting away. But, oh, and the zap.
I love it.
I'll tell you what, 2 Stoners, 1 Chalice waiting in the bush. Could start doing a hard engage on the Hecarim. If Jinx and Soraka can come around, they can definitely win this fight. But I just want to comment real quick. This play on Steel Titan there in Vayne to dodge the Hecarim ultimate and the E was just well executed with the condemn. It was art.
However, it's in a 3v1. Vayne cannot get all the kills. She can't get away from everything, and those zaps are just coming through and sniping right now. The #1 Nick, #1 at hitting zaps for sure.
Nami in the enemy in the red jungle right now, throwing some wards down. Hecarim, Hybridinner, and Kale pushing down the mid lane, while we have Brand and Lee Sin in the red jungle as well, waiting, hopefully trying to get a pick off, while Mininar and Vayne make their way top lane to hopefully take the inhibitor tower. Lee Sin, Brand waiting for them to catch up so they can get their surprise jump on them. Jinx, Soraka reposition themselves to the mid lane because they know something's up and they're waiting for it.
Well, Dragon is going to be up in just over 20 seconds right now, and so it looks like Blue Team actually is shying away from it. They're kind of going up towards top side, and I wonder if they're going to try to force a Baron or just more objectives, but Red Team is just heading straight down mid lane, getting this turret because they know
they're pushing down the mid tower now as fast as they can, but the Meganar ult all into the tower, getting all the damage in. Hecarim trying to ult away with Kale ult, trying to save herself, and that's just a Blue Team sweep right now, 5-0, just getting sandwiched into the enemy tower.
Beautiful ultimate by 2 Sonas, 1 Chalice right now, and we can see that maybe Gnar wasn't the best pick team-based, but right now it's a comfort pick for him, and he is showing his prowess on that champion, just flexing muscle.
He's really been doing well 1v1, and especially with initiating team fights like that, he's really been showing the versatility that Gnar can give.
Looks like they're going to take the mid lane inhibitor right now, and they're going to keep going. They're pretty confident right now that they can win another 5-for-5 team fight, especially under their towers, but they are going to back off after clearing the 1 wave, and looks like they might be going Baron. They're running the right route for it, and we'll have to wait and see. Hecarim coming in with Home Guard is going to stop to clear the minions, not looking for a hard engage. But we're going to have to see, because they are going to bait this, and he's walking right into a trap, gets condemned away with the Vayne, and they're going to catch out Hecarim. They're going to catch out the Jinx, it looks like, with all the flashes coming out. Lee Sin still hard engaging on Kale. Kale throwing her ult out, keeping her safe for a little bit. Jinx throwing the traps out, actually, stopping all of them in their tracks. They're going to be able to throw, get only 2 deaths on that. Hybridinner throwing a lot of good poke, along with the Jinx W's. Lee Sin throwing his Q poke out. Looks like they're going to just try to take these 2 towers and win the game right here.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that #1 needs to do right now to stop this. And Sensra can put up turrets, but only so quickly when the menace that is Steel Titan and 1 Chalice are putting out solid damage.
And they are going to burst down. Heimerdinger giving them now only Heckram going to be up right at this very moment. Kale up in 5 seconds. Lee Sin actually backing right now. They're not looking to win. Heckram coming in. Oh, just vaporizes him with the Alt-E combo with the home guard. And he's going to keep fighting. Kale now here ready to give the ult off. Meganar and Nami not really able to do much damage, and it looks like
ult flashes to get away, and it looks like that'll save his fishy little skin there.
And Heimerdinger, oh my gosh, Heimerdinger, Heckram able to keep them off, push the lane.
Blue team taking a brief respite, just getting a dragon in because they have such pressure and dominance right now. 17k gold ahead, and the Haze just soloing dragon. Doesn't need his team's help because he's just got all that damage.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
And actually, Heimerdinger maybe getting caught out, or the Haze invading too much, and we'll see if he gets caught out right now. Kale and Soraka are in the area, but I don't know if they'll have the damage to lock him down and shut him down.
Looks like Brandon's going to hard engage on this Jinx right now with Lee Sin coming in, killing Kale without a problem. Heckram trying to do the best he can and keep this Lee Sin away, but Brandon's there just to insta-ignite the Jinx. Lee Sin just going off at 11, 1, and 10. Got a 21 KDA right now. Doesn't look like he's going to be shut down anytime soon.
I was just about to point that out, Happy Bunny. Like, if you compare junglers, Rank Tank has been doing fantastic work, but compared to the Haze right now, just in sheer numbers, going 11, 1, and 10 right now is just pretty unspeakable. He's got all the kills basically, and there's not much that's going to stop him as Blue Team is taking Baron right now, uncontested.
So Baron buff going to Blue Team, no problem, at roughly around early 33 minutes. Doesn't look like this game is going to probably be lasting much longer. There's a 20k gold lead for blue side. Vayne just split pushing bot lane. Soraka Kale trying to push her away, and Heckram actually coming in with the E, ready to get a kill, reaches with the ultimate, but the teleport is coming in from Meganar. Kale's going to flash in with the slow, she's going to try to keep engaging. Heckram actually backing off, and Kale's going to get instant vaporized, doesn't even try to use the ultimate, and Heckram has got to back off with Jinx. Soraka here, not really going to be able to win a 3v2, especially when they have Baron buff and a Vayne as part of that, for that matter. Vayne 10, 4, 8 with 237 farm, definitely going ham for his team.
And two Sonas, one Chalice, very close to Meganar, and it's paid off for him. He's Meganar now, and oh, the golden jump. He bounces at the top of his bounce there.
Classic two Sonas, one Chalice, just being cocky, buying the Zonia's Hourglass. He's going to try to flash, jump in, get the CC, can't quite make it. Brand just reaching out for the Heckram and getting the stun off, but they're trying to hold the tower as best they can. Meanwhile, Mininar taking the bot lane tower with Vayne and Nami, getting the inhibitor as well. The other inhibitor open to take. It looks like right here and now the game is going to be closed out. Jinx trying to hold the farm as best she can with the Kale, but the Vayne condemn into the wall, taking the tower damage. That is Heckram flying in with the home guard damage isn't enough. Vayne just with the W damage, it is too much. Can't quite take the Heckram, but the Soraka heals are trying to keep up. Vayne actually going down at this point, and the rest of the blue team is going to take down basically the rest of the red team at this point, leaving only Sentra's Heimerdinger to defend the tower. Can he do it enough? He flashes to dodge the Lee Sin Q, throws the rockets out, but it's obvious. 39-12 at 35 minutes. It looks like blue team is going to be in this game. Going to start throwing down. Actually, it looks like tribute here to. Looks like Sentra's just going to start throwing around as many wards as he can to get the ward count up. Try to get the stats. Absolutely. And it looks like at 35-36, the blue team, Salty Crackaz, take game 2 and do a clean sweep of Brothas from different colors.